What's up 2K gamers? Hope this video finds you well. I wanted to make a short video here kind of just detailing one specific part of Play Now Online, and that is when you can use a team again after winning a game with them. And now this is kind of like a new concept in NBA 2K. Previously in Play Now Online, I want to say from NBA 2K18 or earlier, all the way up until NBA 2K24 through NBA 2K24, once you played a game with a team in Play Now Online and you won that game, you could just use that team again. A team didn't lock after you won a game with them. That changed in NBA 2K25, and it's this same way now in NBA 2K26, where if you play a game with a team, you are locked out of using that team again for a set number of games. This changed along with the new format for Play Now Online in 2K24. That was the last 2K, if I'm not mistaken, that had like the traditional greatest of all time tier, where you can move up through tiers all throughout the game, and there weren't seasons in Play Now Online like there are now. And those seasons were also introduced in 2K25. And it's the same way again in 2K26. So with all that said, I wanted to make a quick video just kind of outlining when you can use a team again after winning a game with them. So let's jump into it. Now, the important thing to know here is that once you win a game with a team, that team will become locked for you for your next 5 games. And if I'm not mistaken, the concept of a team locking also spans across seasons, meaning that a team you just won a game with at the end of Season 1 will still be locked at the beginning of Season 2, assuming that you haven't played 5 games since using that team. For example purposes here, I just scrolled through my last 7 games in Play Now Online, going back to this game with the T-Wolves. Now, following that game, we play our next game with the Spurs, then the Mavs, then we play with the Bucks, Sixers, and then a 5th game with the Rockets. And at that point, after the game with the Rockets, we unlock the T-Wolves again and use them for this next game against the Mavs. And obviously, in the game here against the Rockets, we didn't have the ability to choose the T-Wolves, as they were still locked in the loading screen until after this game was completed. And for one more example on this, again, our first most recent game played was with the T-Wolves. Our second most recent game played was with the Rockets. Third most recent was with the Sixers. Our 4th most recent game was with the Bucks, and then our 5th most recent game was with the Mavs, meaning that it's now been 5 games since we used the Spurs, and we'll be able to choose them again once we start this next game. And it's worth noting too that if you do lose a game with a team, then you can still use them the next game, meaning that a team only becomes locked after a win. And I want to point out also here that you can see all the 5 teams that we previously won games with, the Mavs, Rockets, T-Wolves, Sixers, and Bucks, are all locked for this game, since we haven't played 5 games since we've won with any of those teams. And lastly, I wanted to make a video on this because understanding how and when teams lock after winning games with them in Play Now Online has helped me come up with a bit of a plan for which teams I'm going to use each game. For instance, since I know that if I win a game with a team, I can't use that team for 5 more games, that has helped me come up with 6 teams that I kind of cycle through and use in Play Now Online so that I, have a plan for who I'm going to use going into this game. So that's helped me just kind of have a plan all together in Play Now Online, and that ultimately is kind of like why I wanted to make this video outlining this. So please feel free to subscribe for more, check back for further content, and I appreciate your time.